The Battle of Bunker Hill took place on June 17, 1775, mostly on and around Breed's Hill, during the Siege of Boston early in the American Revolutionary War. The battle is mistakenly named after the adjacent Bunker Hill. Before the Battle of Bunker Hill even began, the British were planning on occupying Breed's Hill and Bunker Hill to stop the revolutionists from gaining an advantage over Charleston Harbor. The attack on Breed's Hill consisted of three parts: the first attack, the second attack, and the final attack. The first two assaults both failed. The Revolutionist Army was mainly comprised of colonial militia, and they were located on top of Breed's Hill. Most of the colonial militia were untrained and inexperienced compared to the British soldiers. They were led by General Warren. The British forces were relatively well trained, heavily armed, and had far more experience than their American counterparts. The British were led by General Howe. Before the Americans could finish their fortifications, the British had already began shelling their positions and started advancing troops up the hill. The British began firing 12-pound cannonballs at the American position, causing relatively few casualties. The colonists were unnerved but held their position. On the first assault, British forces advanced in tight formation up Breed's Hill. The colonists waited for them to get close before opening fire. According to popular belief, William Prescott told his men not to fire until they could see the whites of the British soldiers' eyes. On the second attack on Breed's Hill, the British soldiers moved in at a much slower pace and had far more soldiers, but yet were repelled again. On the third and final assault on Breed's Hill, the Americans began to run out of ammunition and were forced to fight hand-to-hand with the British. The British soon began to overwhelm the American positions, and the Americans were forced to retreat. On the retreat, General Warren was killed,